Radio. Shout it.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Of course, you know it's your fault. Beehive Radio, shout in. Stepping in the building. I got some entrepreneurs off in this thing, man. I'm talking about my bro, Trendsetter Sense, Jabbar in this thing. The House of Hemp, fellas, what's good with it?
Beehive, what's popping, man?
I mean, first of all, y'all done came through here with some goodies in this thing.
Absolutely, we had to bless you.
I mean, I ain't mad at that. Ingle Moon. Yeah. Okay, we got this Cocoa Nugs here. Ooh. See, see there. I didn't know that. Okay, I appreciate that. Okay, got the Sunday in this thing. What's really good with it? I mean, first of all, the House of Hemp, how did you come up with the idea for it?
Truly and honestly, I have a very good friend of mine, childhood friend. He is a county commissioner in South Georgia, where I'm from. Okay. And he's in those meetings where things are coming down the pipe, and he can expose people to things. And we have been talking about a cannabis entity or a business for a while. Yeah. He went ahead and opened up one in South Georgia, and so now I'm doing my thing up here in Metro Atlanta. And then also my mom. This is kind of funny. My mom's always been a businesswoman, and she's big about getting into industries when they're infant stages. Yeah. You know, getting in early. Thanks. And just kind of, being around, hearing about the new industry coming about. Yeah. She was like, you might want to think about that, because she knows I'm an entrepreneur spirit. I get it from my mom and
exactly.
my dad. It's kind of in my blood.
I'm with you.
I'm from South Georgia. My dad was in the military, but when he got out of the Army, he opened up a few businesses. Okay. And chose to stay in that community. So I've kind of watched my parents grow business as a youngster. That's right. And after I got out of school, did the corporate thing for a while. I said, it's my time, man, to really start kind of spread my wings and start building something, a brand, something I can lead to my kids. Thanks. I love the corporate world. I learned a lot, but it is a cutthroat environment.
Come on, and a glass ceiling in that thing, too.
Exactly. And it's like sometimes you are looked at as a number.
Facts.
So if the numbers don't show what they wanted to show, a lot of times they're looking to cut fat. Yeah. And unfortunately, in my career, I have been the fat at times.
I'd have been there too.
So my thing is, I want to build something to where it makes sense for me to step away from that and go into my own thing. That's my main goal.
So now, when it comes to the House of Hemp, what has been the reception of it?
It's been received really well. Yeah. Especially with us kind of already having a presence with my partner down south. Yeah. But again, like we were talking earlier, it's still a somewhat of a negative mystique around it because it is tied to cannabis. Exactly. And I think as people get a little bit more used to it and start seeing it more, that perception is going to change. And educated about it. There you go, and educated about it. Yeah. But it's going to take time.
Exactly.
Through education, having exposure to things and actually trying things, not kind of hearing what you hear on the news or from other people, trying it for yourself. I think things are going to get better. But from people that know the lane and that have experienced it and have used these products before, been nothing but positive response.
So now, when it comes to getting into the hemp business, what was that like, and how did you navigate the laws in the state of Georgia to even get started?
Partner with the right people. Okay. Again, that's why I think relationships in this are key. I had someone that already had opened up a shop and kind of was able to watch and see the things that were set up and how to set things up. Yeah. And things are changing. I was talking to Census about it yesterday. Like there are some changes that are going on in that environment that are actually going to be better because it needs to be policed a little bit more, because you don't want kids to get their hands on these things. You want to know what you're taking. A lot of times there are things being put in these products that aren't tested the way that they should be. Damn. So in my opinion, it's only going to make the industry cleaner and safer for people that really need these products.
That's right.
It's moving in the right direction.
So now, when it came to creating the products that you wanted to put out here, you got the bath bomb right here. You got the gummies. I mean, talk to me about, how did you figure out exactly what products you wanted to service as well?
Talking to distributors. Okay. Just, again, relationships, people that have been in business, a little longer than ours, and then, because a lot of the stuff has been legal in other states. So working with individuals that have shops in other states that have that data and say, hey, the bath bombs are where it's at, the gummies are where it's at. These particular vape brands are what's selling well, and using that data to kind of go to market here in Metro Atlanta.
So now, when we think about California, where it's all love for the cannabis and the hemp, what do you think about California in comparison to Georgia, and how soon do you think Georgia will be like California?
I say 5 years. Okay. But some of my distributors are thinking maybe 2 to maybe 3 years. But I always try to think worst case scenario. Yeah. But it's coming.
Okay.
I just, again, I think that there has to be some parameters put around how it's going to be structured, how the taxes and how everything is going to be broken down, and then it's going to open up. But especially with the administration that we have now, it's looking real good.
When you think about the representation of African Americans in this business, what is that like, being able to push the culture forward with it at the same time?
People of color, we're always late
to the party.
And I'm glad you brought that up, Beehive, because it's a cycle. Like we're always late to the party.
Yeah.
We're always last to get in. So I've been working with and trying to partner with more groups that are geared toward getting African Americans and or people of color into this early.
Yeah.
Because as you know, we're going to be the main or one of the main consumers of this product.
Because we got a lot of pain.
Yes. and we like our trees.
Exactly. But then also when you talk about the uses of it though, with anxiety, because I mean, there's a lot of us anxious going back and forth to these 9 to 5s every week.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. I got a buddy of mine that went to school with us at Clark. And his testimony to me was his anxiety is so bad, he has trouble sleeping at night. And a lot of it is around work. So like when he's leaving the office sometimes, he has to sit in his car sometimes.
To decompress.
Just to decompress, calm down before he hits the highway, headed home to his family, because his anxiety levels are that high. And then once he started using these types of products to kind of help himself deal with that, his life got that much more better.
Talk to me about how these products actually chemically help people out as far as dealing with, anxiety or just stress and relaxation and stuff. What is it in it that actually works versus why isn't this not getting me high, but it's still saving my life?
Right. So the THC is going to connect to the psycho component of your mind. THC does not connect to that component. It's more of a body relaxing type of feeling. You will be more calm, but you won't be kind of out of your mind state. Exactly. So it's more of a relaxing type of a feel. And with these, they have what they call Delta 8, which is now legal in Georgia. And anything that has 0.3% of THC in it is legal in Georgia as well.
Okay, it's about time. And see, we don't know these things.
It's a step in the right direction.
Exactly.
But that's how things are set up legally at this point in the state of Georgia until something else comes down the pipe.
What has been the resistance that you've had to face as far as getting the business up and running and putting it out here in the community?
No real resistance. I think it's just what people think and what their perception of what the products do.
Exactly.
My thing is it's not all about getting high. It's about making people feel good and making them feel comfortable in their own skin and helping them with the angst and the anxieties that they have that they run into on a daily basis.
So now, when it comes to helping people, are these addictive or are these helpful? Or is it one of these things, can I take it like an aspirin and keep it moving? Or do I look up and every morning I'm trying to buy me another seat? Every 5 minutes I'm on it.
I can speak from my experiences on that. I've partaken in cannabis since Clark Atlanta University. However, when I do have things that I need to do that require me to have to take a drug test or require me to focus, I have no problem with putting it to the side.
That's right.
Because I think as an adult, and it's the same thing with alcohol. I mean,
you ain't drinking 24/7. Exactly.
So when you need to do what you need to do, you need to have the mind state to put it to the side. And I also will say, these products are a whole lot less addictive than a lot of other stuff that are out here on these streets.
Okay.
And that are being prescribed to people. But I digress. Don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
So now when you talk about hemp and it just being a natural product, I mean, break that part of it down because like you said, the other drugs are chemicals, really.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, hemp is grown.
Yeah.
That's a big part of, I think, of things opening up in the state of Georgia because Georgia has always been an agricultural-based state.
Thanks.
So I've got some growers I'm trying to grow relationships with, like in Metter, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Or different parts of the rural parts of Georgia. They're actually growing hemp. There was a law change 2 years ago to allow hemp growth to be done in the state of Georgia. So I think that's going to be a huge play for things being legalized as well because it's
so
gonna
you
help our
telling me
agricultural system.
that I need to go down here and get me about a good 10 acres and start growing some damn hemp out here in these streets.
That would be a major play.
My God. Talk to me about just the growth of the business as well, and with you being able to get in on it at the beginning, how big do you think it can get and how fast do you think it'll get there?
I mean, it's $1 billion industry.
Yeah.
It's enough money in it for everyone.
Thanks.
So I think it could be as big as we put our minds to making it. And I do see quite a few people out here doing different stores and brands. I think is the more we collaborate with one another and lean on each other, as things kind of come down the pipe, we will be in the position to make major plays. But I can't put a cap on it. I think that this could be a life-changing type venture for me and my family.
That's right.
And anybody that's involved. I really do think that this is it's almost like the next gold rush.
Now, speaking of the rest of the team, Trendsetter, have you tried these products, sir? Because I know I can trust him. Now, what did it do for you, sis?
I mean, I wouldn't be here if that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
You know?
And,
that's how me and Jabbar connected. I mean, we went to school together. And he called me and was like, yo, I want you to check out what I got going on.
Yeah.
And then the rest was really history, you know?
What goes through your mind when you see the beginning stages of another empire happening, because you already see where it can go and you know what it can do?
I already know what it's going to do, and I know what kind of person Jabbar is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was not even more, it wasn't even about, like, yeah, the product is definitely dope, but it's the person behind the product.
Facts.
I've known this for 20 years.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
I wasn't doing when his mama dropped him off with his equipment. He unpacked his turntables before he unpacked his clothes.
Damn.
He came to Atlanta on a mission. And that's what I love about him, man.
Yeah.
He has a lane. He has been in it for 20 plus years.
Been a while.
Man.
So yeah, man.
Being able to work together as brothers, though, man, what is that like, being able to team up with your partner, and move the culture forward?
That's the only way I would do it.
It's kind of fun.
It is.
Yeah. The other day we had an event it made sense for everything. I was DJing in the, it was 404 day. We did, 404 day.
I know you turned that thing all the way out.
And it was turned up, and then we set it up to where House of Hemp is a vendor at the event.
Oh, that was cold-blooded.
Yeah, so it was like a double whammy. And it was just fun. We just had a good ass time, like, the business was doing very well, you know, very good. So it was just a win-win, you know.
Exactly.
So it's really you just having fun with your brother, man. You don't even think about.
It doesn't seem like work.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It really doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's the purpose of getting out of that 9 to 5. And I hate to change the subject, but that's really the bottom line. Once you got out of that 9 to 5, work doesn't seem like work no more, because the bottom line is your bottom line now.
Right. True. Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Very well said.
So now, what are y'all favorite products though out of here? What's your go-to in the House of Hemp?
I'm a flowers guy.
Okay.
So I like the flowers, different strains, trying different strains, finding out how they make me feel.
Yeah.
That's always been my thing.
Now, what is this right here?
That's a vape. So that's the Khalifa Kush. So that's.
Wait a minute now. I'm over here feeling like Wiz Khalifa in this thing. Okay, I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that.
Yeah, Wiz got a very, very good strain on his hands.
Okay. So now, when it comes to different strains and people, because see, I noticed that a lot of folks have their own strains and stuff like that. So how are they going about doing all that?
They get with a grower. It's a science behind it. So there's this. It's a science behind building the strain and how it came up with.
Yeah.
And it's usually done through the growing system.
Okay, I can definitely dig it. Yeah. Lastly, fellas, is there anything else y'all want to get off y'all chest? And what else do people need to know about the House of Hemp?
With House of Hemp, we have our location is in Lawrenceville, 1121 Grayson Highway.
Okay.
We have a brick and mortar store. Also doing pop-up shops as we get them. We're going to be at Blue Cantina on Wednesdays, and we're looking to do more things with partnering. 420 is coming up, so I'm working on some events for that as well. But we're just going to try to just be in these streets and publicize our name and just kind of make it happen.
Yeah.
Anybody want to partner, I'm definitely open to that, because I really do feel like there is enough in this industry for everyone. But as a people, we got to come together and work these things as a unit.
Exactly.
Like other cultures do. And I'll get off my soapbox.
No, you ain't never lied.
At House of Hemp Shop on Instagram.
That's right.
The Twitter, what's the Twitter?
I don't have Twitter.
You ain't do the Twitter yet?
I ain't do the Twitter. I don't tweet. So I got to get out. As a business owner, you kind of gravitate to the stuff that you use.
Yeah.
I have Facebook and Instagram, but I don't really tweet, so I got to get a Twitter.
Yep.
Just hit that hashtag because see, you'll be amazed.
Right.
You might have 3 followers, but that hashtag has 1 million.
Yep.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Yep.
fellas, appreciate y'all coming through this thing,
Yes,
man. Wish y'all nothing but the best and much success. Be High Radio, shout it, House of Hemp in this thing. We go.